Hello and welcome back to Hammerhead Sports Productions. Please keep watching my videos and please subscribe. It'd be much appreciated. So I got a lot to unpack, and honestly, this is like a last minute, and I was like ready to kind of go to sleep, watch some of my TV shows, and I was watching Ramen Robbie. He's a great YouTuber who's a Cleveland Browns fan. I was just watching his live stream, and then all of a sudden, while I was watching, people were saying Matthew Stafford's been traded, and I was like, wait, no. And then I Google searched Goff, and I Google searched him. I was like, no, nothing's happened. Then I'm looking through things, and then I see a report that that the Goff and him have been traded for each other and a bunch of other stuff. So, I mean, I got a lot to unpack, not a lot of time, but I'm going to try to do as much as I can. But again, another shout out to Ramen Rob. I promised him I'd do it. He's a great YouTuber. I think you should check him out. His content is really good. It's better than mine, honestly. I don't know how he does it. It's better than mine. But anyway, so here's the here's the gist. So I got the trade up here, but so here's how it is. The Lions get Jared Goff and 2 1s and 1 3. Now I believe the 2 out of the last 3 years. Now, the Rams have traded away 2 first-round picks for 1 player. They did the same thing with Jalen Ramsey. They've now done the same thing to with Matthew Stafford. It's just like how Set the Edge also talked about how they would go all in for these things, and it doesn't matter what they have to give up. But Jesus, and so the Rams just get Stafford. So yeah. So that means the Rams, I think, don't have a first-round pick till 2027. That means they are banking on the next 2 to 3 years because 2017, Stafford signed a 5-year, $134 or $35 million contract. So I think he's only got 2 or 3 years left on it. So if they don't re-sign him when those 2 years are up, this could completely backfire. Because, really, they are basically betting on the next 3 to 5 years and are giving up the next 30 or however long he stays in L.A. But really, they are gambling a lot of assets here that could really backfire. Now, let's get into Jared Goff and him. And again, I don't have a lot of time. I'll list everything on the thing here. Now, Goff, we all know, was the first overall pick, and I have to read it off the paper because I haven't had any time to script it. So he was the first overall pick in what year was it? Where did I write it down? I think it was 2016. 2016 first overall pick. He's been a 2-time Pro Bowler. 47-27 record over 5 years, 6 comebacks, 2-3 record in the playoffs with 57.4 completion percentage. Now another thing here is that he signed a 4-year, $134 million contract and 110 guaranteed. So they're eating up a lot of money there, and that's just utterly amazing how they're just going to give up on him. Really, he's supposed to be their franchise quarterback. I think we have been a little way too hard on Jared Goff because he's still a young player, for crying out loud. It's only been 5 years. 5 years is still a long time, but for crying out loud, really, come on. The guy still takes you to the playoffs, all right? And a bunch of other things I've listed, but I more or less kind of also want to talk more about Stafford, and I'm going to list everything that he has done for the Lions. Honestly, it was definitely time for him to move on. I mean, that organization has been so unstable since he has been there. Really. I mean, from head coaches, management, and honestly, the national media, again, with him, has been way too hard. I mean, this guy had a 5,000-yard season. He didn't even be elected to Pro Bowl. Honestly, he should be at least a 5-time Pro Bowler with the kind of numbers he put up. Okay? He's just like a gunslinger like Brett Favre. He doesn't get enough credit just because he plays in Detroit. And, I mean, he has given his all for that franchise. And I believe somebody said, it's the kind of like, I think it may have been Nate Burleson said, whatever injury you can think up, he has had it and played with it. I mean, there was that famous game where he against, I think it was the Cleveland Browns, And sorry, Ram and Robbie, where he got hit and they had pass interference, and then I think he broke his shoulder or dislocated his shoulder on the hit, and he decided to still stay in the game to throw the game-winning touchdown, and even though his arm was basically mush, and I thought that's just amazing. And they never should have fired Jim Caldwell. That's what I believe. They never should have fired Jim Caldwell. I remember the day they fired Jim Caldwell, and that was utterly. I found it was just I couldn't believe it. Why would you fire this guy? I mean, he's single-handedly helped this franchise at least get out of the freaking basement. And they definitely should have beaten the Cowboys in 2014. They got screwed in that playoff game, okay? They got screwed. That was a pass interference call. Should have won the game. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, this guy, what can you say? You can maybe say he's like an okay, like a turkey burger quarterback or something. But honestly, I think he's a great quarterback. And now that he has these kinds of weapons in L.A., where they're maybe going to bring some people in, I think his numbers are going to go even higher and maybe have like a 4,500-yard season, 30 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, and completely torch everybody, and we'll tell everybody to go to effing hell, and we'll get to the Pro Bowl. I think this could be a great move for the Lions to go so get their picks. But in case this does work out, this could be a great move for the Rams in the short term. But in the long term, I don't know. Short term, yes, I agree, good move. But again, it's too soon to say. But I wish both Goff and Matt to the best with their